Alright, so I want to show you guys how to check the weight of a part that you have created. I've already done some things, but I just want to show you why this might be beneficial for this project. The first thing we need to do is go up to the Eye Properties menu, which is located under the red eye. Down here is the Eye Properties button, and I'm going to click on the Physical tab here at the top. In here there's a bunch of information, but the one thing I want to point out to you guys is the mass right here. Okay, the mass is listed in kilograms. Okay, so basically what this means is this CO2 blank that you guys have already created weighs approximately 260 grams, or 0.260 kilograms. Okay, so 260 grams is the weight that the junior high students will start with. If I go to this example here that I've already created and check the weight under Eye Properties, the weight of this example is 111 grams. Okay, so quite a drastic improvement. What we need to do is to be able to change the materials, which is located up here. Now you guys have already messed with the color wheel. Some of you have changed it in here, but maybe you haven't messed around with this yet. And inside here are all the different materials that Inventor has preloaded. Okay, I have already created basswood, but I need to show you guys how to go ahead and create basswood and put in some properties. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is there's this moon looking circle up next to the materials here. If you click on that, it brings you to this dialog box. Towards the bottom of that is this little plus sign here. If we click on that, it brings us to this material editor. I'm going to change the name and I'm going to call this basswood. I can also change the type to wood. Next, I'm going to skip the Appearance tab for just a second and click on the Physical tab. The only thing that I want to change in here is the density. The density is what we need to calculate the weight of this basswood block of wood. Don't touch the pound per cubic inch. Simply highlight this number here, and I want to enter 0.175. That's the approximate density of basswood. You'll notice that it does round up. Not a big deal. Next thing I want to do is go up to the Appearance tab. Okay, and I'm going to change this real quick. I'm going to remove that, because when you guys click on the Appearance tab, it's going to be white like this one. Okay, now I want to click on that white rectangle, and it's going to take you to your files. What I have already done is I've gone on the internet and I've looked up basswood under images, and I've simply saved an image of basswood. This is the image that I've chosen to save. So I'm going to click on that and hit open, and you'll notice that it stores the image right here. So all that does is, just like when you went to color your puzzle pieces, in this case it's going to put that image right on your CO2 car. Last thing I need to do is click apply here at the bottom. You'll notice that if I go back to your materials editor, I had to scroll down, but you'll see basswood located right here. I want to put basswood as an option to choose from, so I want to right click on that, and I want to go down to where it says add to, and then select Inventor Material Library, and then this little flyout wheel or flyout box comes up, and I want to click on wood. You'll notice, you should notice, I think it puts it at the bottom first thing, so basswood is at the very bottom. If you close out of here and then go up to your materials, it should have alphabetized. and there it is. So now I can just click on basswood and it changes my material, and you'll see the appearance that you have saved. I just saved this off the internet, the image of what basswood should look like. Now if I go back up to iProperties, that's where we have found that this is 268 grams. You'll notice that you can play around with the material right in here, and if I wanted to change this to say iron, it changes the mass. So this same block of wood, the same size and everything, weighs 3.955 kilograms in comparison to the basswood. So just a touch heavier. So there's the basswood, 0.268 kilograms. And then I have to apply to go back to the basswood. What I like to do is take a look at my example here, and you'll notice that I have the hole in the back for the CO2 cartridge, for example, already drilled. Okay, so let's look at iProperties for just a quick second. This is 111 grams right now, 111 grams. I am going to take that hole and I'm going to delete it. So that hole for the cartridge, I know we need it there, but I want to show you what that does to the weight. You'll notice you have to update it because you've made a change, so you'll have to click on this update button right here. And now it's 118 grams as opposed to 111. So not a big deal, but that is something nice that you can sit here and make changes and go back and check your weight to make sure it's doing what you want. So that should do it for this tutorial. Just again, a really nice way to check before you even race the CO2 car that it is in fact lightweight. Before you even cut it out, you'll know. And you can keep carving this thing up and slicing it the way you want it, and see the weight shed, hopefully for good results.